Today I'm going to be breaking down how you can use a Queen Charge Valkyrie attack here at Townhall 10 to 3-star any base. So here is the army composition that we are going to be using today, and honestly it's pretty easy. If you've not Queen Charged before, it's way easier than it used to be because of a little thing called hero equipment. Now if you don't have the frozen arrow or the giant, don't worry about it. You can use pretty much any piece of equipment. However, my recommendations are going to be these 4 pieces of equipment for your heroes. When it comes to everything else, it's pretty simple. So let's jump in and we'll break it down. So the first thing we're going to be doing with this particular strategy is identifying where the clan castle is. We always want to take down the clan castle troops with our Queen Charge. Not only are we looking to take down the clan castle troops, but we're also looking to take down some key things like the enemy Archer Queen and Barbarian King. If you can get them, great. If not, it's not the end of the world. We're also going to be looking to take down Inferno Towers, single target Inferno Towers, multi-target Infernos, whatever we can get our little Archer Queen to shoot at is going to be very beneficial for this particular attack. Especially when we're coming in against multi-target Infernos, it can be pretty nasty. So we're going to create that bit of a funnel with a baby dragon and a wizard. You guys can see them creating those funnels on either side. We've got the balloons coming in. Those are testing for any black bombs or seeking air mines as they're called. That is because we'd rather a balloon went down than our healers. We want to keep those healers alive for as long as possible because they are helping our queen to push through the base. Now be careful when it comes to our Queen Charge, because when she gets locked onto, especially like we have right now, by a couple of expos, a single target Inferno, clan castle troops, enemy heroes, you're probably going to need to rage her up to keep her alive. We don't want her to go down early. We want to keep her alive throughout the entirety of the attack, getting as much value as possible. Once you have dealt with the clan castle troops and once you've created enough of a funnel, like you guys can see, that entire left hand side of the base has been wiped out, our king currently clearing the opposite side, you can go ahead and get your Valkyries in. They're basically just going to be all deployed down together and you're trying to clear as many as possible. Now very unfortunately for us here, we tried to get that wall break into that first compartment, but we didn't quite manage it. So we're going to be having to jump through the second compartment, raging nice and early if you have the rage spells left up, and then you want to heal as those Valkyries start to get down into red HP. There's no point in using them early because the heal spell won't be quite as effective. Rage first, heal second. Stone Slammer is going to be our siege machine of choice, though honestly with this particular attack you probably don't even need to bring the Stone Slammer in the attack. You could bring just regular clan castle troops and you would still be able to get the 3-star. This strategy is that strong. You'll see we swagged our queen ability at the end. We didn't even pop the Stone Slammer. Exceptionally powerful. Valkyries are a really viable troop, and this particular strategy is really effective actually when coming up against Townhall 11s. And moving through into that second example, again we're going to be approaching things the exact same way. We're looking to take down some of those key buildings like Inferno Towers or the enemy heroes, and of course the clan castle troops. Typically when you're coming up against Townhall 10s, you're going to see air-based clan castle troops like a dragon or an electro dragon, although a lot of the times these days we are also seeing furnaces which, if you've come up against them, you know they can be very, very meddlesome, especially with Queen Charges, because if you pop that queen ability at the wrong time, she goes invisible. Those fire mites, should I say, may actually target your healers, and a couple of those will take down your healers in a jiffy. So you do have to be careful, but that's why we bring the poison spell. That's going to be used for exactly that, taking down the clan castle troops. King's going to be coming in from the opposite side of the queen, again helping to create that funnel. We want to make sure we're pushing the Valkyries in a specific direction, so if our king goes, well, the way we want him to, which it just so happens he is not going the way we want him to in this particular one. We wanted him to walk to those gold collectors on the opposite side, but then regardless, this attacker has completely thrown me. I was expecting to see the Valkyries coming in down towards that wizard tower in the bottom section, but we actually end up approaching it from the top. I thought because that funnel hadn't fully been created down in that bottom section we were going to kind of adapt, but it looks like regardless we're just going to be smashing through into the core of the base. There is the spiky ball from the king, which is by far the strongest piece of equipment down here at these lower town halls. It absolutely tears through defenses, especially if you can get him into the core. Valkyries ripping through the back end, or swagging the Queen's ability, swagging that rage spell pretty much. And it's another very, very easy 3-star on the board. So the really good thing about this strategy is, as long as you keep your Queen alive, you should be sitting pretty comfortable. There's no need to panic. You can drop spells off whenever you want. Honestly, I feel like Townhall 10, you could probably remove one of the spells and it would still be an incredibly effective strategy. But regardless, yeah, this would be my go-to at Townhall 10, honestly. If you're a fan of Queen charging, there's Queen Charge Lalo, which is also really strong. There's lots of, you know, Queen Charge Hogs, Queen Charge Hybrid. But for me, the Valkyries are just so easy to use. You create the funnel, you drop them down, rage them, heal them, and they'll smash through the rest of the base. And for that last attack, we're coming in against a pretty unorthodox base here, a very strange layout, not one you would probably tend to see when you're trophy pushing. But when you're trophy pushing, it's, yeah, much easier bases than this. This is the kind of anti-3 style bases with that town hall closer to the outside. It makes it a little bit trickier, especially for things like funneling, but we're still going to approach it the exact same way, funneling that queen into those first couple of compartments and pushing her towards the clan castle. Balloons again coming in to test for any of those seeking ermines. We want them to take down the balloons and not our healers. Focusing now on taking down those balloons coming out of the clan castle, as well as that dragon and enemy queen. Even though we dropped down Cocoloons, unfortunately we still lost a healer, which is not ideal. We're now down to 4 healers, but hopefully it should be enough to keep that queen alive. Next part of the attack, again creating the remainder of the funnel with our Valkyries. Let that king go up towards that top section of the base, and hopefully those Valkyries will push in towards that multi-target inferno for us. Couple of wall breakers that we don't end up using for the king are going to come down here to help push those Valkyries into that multi-target inferno compartment. We do of course have that jump spell for the next phase, raging them up, allowing them through that first compartment. There is the heal spell down at the opportune time, helping us get through the bomb tower, as well as bringing them back up to full HP. Now, we haven't really spoken too much about the Stone Slammer itself, and that's because, like I said, we don't really need it. It's just going to add another, you know, another cog in the wheel of this 3-star machine. It's going to come through. You can basically drop it opposite side of your Valkyries. It'll start tidying up some of those outside defenses, or if your king doesn't do a good enough job funneling, you can drop down the Stone Slammer just to help keep those Valkyries in the areas of the base that you're looking for them to crush. When it comes to that queen's ability, typically I would deploy it just before you get into the core of the base, or if you're coming up against a single target inferno, because we're going to get that action figure in action. Of course, the giant's going to come out, going to be able to tank for you, and also get a load of value in the core of the base. But Queen Charge Valkyries, there it is, one of my favourite strategies at Townhall 10, and definitely one I would recommend giving a go.